As I mentioned earlier, it's a big day here at the NYSE. The New York Stock Exchange is hosting its second annual Partnership Day, and it's going to highlight members of the NYSE community like TBPN, Yahoo, LinkedIn, and Reach TV, showcasing their work with the exchange. Joining me now with more is Joe Benaroche. He's head of content, media partnerships, and distribution at the New York Stock Exchange. Joe, welcome.
Oh my gosh, I love it. This is great.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you. You're a massive part of this day.
A big day for all of these incredible partnerships that you've
really
inked
is.
here at the New York Stock Exchange. What does this event entail?
Well, I love that today AstraZeneca is listing on this day. And the reason I say that is because when you think of the New York Stock Exchange, you immediately think of the biggest platform for companies to reshape their narrative, tell their stories, and you think of them in one aspect as us as a financial institution, and we are, and that totally makes sense. And on the other part of it, we are a massive storytelling powerhouse. And we have equipped ourselves with the best partners, the right technology, and we have created content in ways that I think would surprise many. And today, it brings all of that community together. We are the largest exchange in the world, and we are a convening institution. And today is a really great way to showcase all of the work you're doing, all of the work Charlotte and team are doing, and you get to say, okay, thank you to our partners. You get to showcase their success. You get to bring on new partners and create more ideas, and that's a wonderful thing, and it's a really big competitive advantage for the exchange itself.
It's great to see in that first annual Partnership Day, we saw more than 250 attendees here at the New York Stock Exchange, and leaders from outlets like TBPN, LinkedIn, LA Times. They are going to be showcased. What stands out to you among some of these marquee partnerships?
I love the question, and that's perfect because in your question, you highlighted a range of different partners across the media ecosystem. You know, if you look at just the New York Stock Exchange in general, just given its history, we have rode every single wave of technology. Every company that has had a technological innovation, from the telegraph to AI. From the early days of broadcast to different types of platforms coming into the picture, the New York Stock Exchange has been there. It has always been the backdrop for how those companies will then move forward on a capital raise. If you equally look at all of the partners that we're working with, the New York Stock Exchange has to mirror what's happening right now as it relates in the media landscape. Because if we're going to say to all of these companies, whether you're a private company or a public company that's listed here, or you're one of our partners and you want to leverage the New York Stock Exchange as a backdrop, well, we have to have as many options for you as possible. TBPN, new massive video player that is not just a podcast, they're a video creator. Then you have LinkedIn, not just a platform for us to organically post, but a platform for us to create news. It's also a platform where all of these other news networks get to share their information. You mentioned Reach TV, you mentioned the LA Times Media Group. We have CNBC that we've extended our partnership. Dow Jones, they're not just reporting from the floor, we're showing up at the World Economic Forum with them. We'll show up with them in Cannes. So we've broadened the way in which we look at partners, everyone from a standalone content creator to an up-and-coming new media like Axios to more, I would say, foundational players in the market. And equally, we're looking at ad tech partners, we're looking at the platforms in different ways, and all of that matters. All of that matters. If you want to create optionality and scale for your listed community and for all of the companies, the private companies that you're working with, you need to have that range of partnerships.
You mentioned those buzzwords, optionality and scale, and I want to focus in on that a bit because we recently saw, in fact, a deepening of the relationship between the NYSE and Yahoo. Anything more you can share there?
Great segue. That's actually that's a strong partner. I think that's somewhat emblematic of what we're talking about because Brian Sozzi and team, they come here and report from the floor. Julie Hyman, that group, we want that, and we want more of that, and I think we've seen a higher demand in just people leveraging the stock exchange as a backdrop to their broadcast stories, or their news stories, excuse me. In equal parts, those are platforms that aggregate news. You're a content creator, Kristen, you, Ashley, you have Mel and Jeff, everyone pulling together content on a daily basis. Hundreds and hundreds of videos. You're talking to CEOs every single day, from the private sector to the public sector to all of our service partners, etc. We want to make sure that, as I mentioned, yes, they have options to have that conversation, but to your exact point, we want that content to scale. We want that content to have life beyond just our owned and operated channels. And NYSE and all the content we create is not competitive to any news network. It's additive. So with Yahoo Finance, now all of our content is starting to be aggregated on yahoo.com. And just on Yahoo Finance alone, it has 150 million monthly active users every month. Just the platform itself has 700 million. So that is an incredible aspect of scale. And it's not just Yahoo, it's many others. But Yahoo is, I think, a great example of us deepening our relationship and equally then having a monetizable partnership with them.
Joe, before we have to let you go, because you got a big day to prep for, what are you hoping attendees take away from today's event?
Thank you. I want them to feel celebrated. I want them to know that when they are part of this partnership network, everyone benefits. Every single partner in that room, while they're a partner for us and for all of our listed in public or listed in private companies, that equally all of them are benefiting from the partnership. Because when you create a community like the one that we have created, everyone can benefit, and I think everyone can see exponential progress in just the short term if we just start by starting. So when we talk today, you're going to see that you being a part of this gives you added benefit. There's a big value exchange there. And I want people to feel celebrated, and I also want people to walk away thinking about one more idea that we can do together in the coming year.
We are ready to be a part of this celebration. Joe Benaroche.
Thank you for everything you do.
Thank you, Joe. Yes, I'm excited indeed. He is the head of content, media partnerships, and distribution at the New York Stock Exchange. Joe, have a great day.
Thank you.